this kind of is to people that are dating. All of those of you out there dating that you want to get married. All of those of you in here that are dating and want to get married. This is as the Apostle Paul said, I, not the Lord, this is me, not the Lord. I believe where dating is concerned, now I want you to listen to me very carefully. You don't need to get into a serious relationship dating unless you're ready to get married. And the reason for that is the law of diminishing returns is one of the reasons. You know what the law of diminishing returns is? Law of diminishing returns is you do something and it satisfies you and it satisfies you and then after you get used to it and it doesn't satisfy you anymore. I have found that after eating 5 or 6 Twinkies, that 7th one doesn't taste as good as the first one did. Yeah. I don't eat Twinkies, by the way. She doesn't let me. I don't. Law of diminishing returns is you go out, and I remember with little Bethy here. You go and you get up the courage to hold her hand. And that is such a wonderful feeling. But then after a while, that's not enough. Especially if you're a teenager with hormones. Yeah, I know y'all thought amen, just none of you were brave enough to say it. And then you want to put your arm around her. And then you want to kiss her. And so what has happened is once you've started this relationship, the clock has started, law of diminishing returns. Now, do you understand you are designed this way on purpose? You are designed this way on purpose to populate the earth. But if you're not ready for that, don't start the relationship. I see this happen. I see, bless their darling hearts. You know, you see 13, 14-year-olds that get into serious relationships, and we're going to get married. Okay, there's about a 99% chance you're not. Okay? And so what happens is 13 and 14-year-olds emotionally are not ready for this. They are not ready for a relationship like this with the pressures that come along with it and the heartache that comes. There are 25-year-olds that aren't ready. It's emotional wear and tear on you to be in a relationship. There's sacrifice in a relationship. There is serving in a relationship. There is putting another person first in a relationship. And so once you start that process starts. Now, this is me personally. I think the ideal time is to be with someone about 6 to 8 months, and then if you want to get engaged and get married. Okay, now that's and I know what you're thinking right now. I know Pastor Seymour, we know your story. Y'all started dating when you were seniors in high school, and you didn't get married until y'all got out of college. You hypocrite. Oh, you just hang on 1 minute before you start calling me names. First of all, I have 47 years of marriage to look back on. Okay? But this part of the story you don't know. Little smart Alex. Midway through, it was around Christmas break, I think, of our freshman year. She's at the University of Alabama. I'm at North Alabama. I drive down to the University of Alabama at Tutwiler. Tutwiler was the big dorm down there, which has now been demolished and rebuilt. This was the original Tutwiler. I was actually going to grammar school in Tuscaloosa at Verner Elementary School when they were building it, but that's another story for another day. So I go down there, and I'm in my 1967 blue Mustang. Now, this isn't the 1969 Cobra Jet. That came along later. So I'm in my blue Mustang, and so I had her a little engagement ring. And I had a red towel, and I cleaned out the glove compartment, and I put the red towel in there, and I put the ring in there and opened it up. And you know, back in those days, they had a light in in the glove compartment. That's back when they had glove compartments. Some cars don't even have glove compartments. What in the world are they thinking? Okay, so I go in, call up to her room. She comes down, and we go get in the car. I must have left my keys. I must have thrown my keys in the glove compartment before I came. Would you check in the glove compartment and get my keys for me, please? Sure. She opens it up. Oh! And I want to tell you how sweet she is. Instead of grabbing the ring, she reaches over and gives me a big hug and a kiss. Isn't that sweet? And then she grabbed the ring. Oh, so we were ready to get married then. Other people involved were not ready for us to get married at that time. So I tried to do what it is I'm preaching to you to do. Okay? So when you're in a relationship, if you're you start dating, we're going to get married in 4 years. I have to tell you, the odds are against you. The odds are against you. And now And now what's happened in our society and our culture is, we're just going to live together first. Can I share something with you? Y'all mind if I'm brutally frank? I'm just going to be blunt. God hasn't changed His view on fornication. That's right, I said it right here in church. God hadn't changed His view on it. God has not said, culture has changed, and so I think I'm going to kind of relax. The reason and He certainly hadn't changed it on adultery. Adultery is treason. Fornication, the reason fornication is so serious, it is a violation of a blood covenant. It is making light. It is taking away from a blood covenant of God. Don't do that. Don't do that. And so what happens is if you're in a serious relationship and that relationship goes on and on and on, you're going to have a very difficult time resisting that. I never get an amen on this part either. So, you start dating seriously when you are ready to get married. It is a prerequisite of getting married. When I started dating my wife, she was not my wife when I started dating her. I treated that relationship like we were married. I didn't go out with other people. I didn't give an appearance of evil with other people. Because I believed that that's what you were doing. You were practicing. You were getting ready for marriage. And so that's the way that we acted.